Sage starts off the stream by saying something that I absolutely agree with. He says, and I quote, "I don't think the Jays should be talked about after losing to the pitiful Rockies." Well, I will give you the next best thing. We're going to do the stream. The show's going to go on, but it's going to be a short stream. That's all there is to it. Now, before we kind of look at the stream, I don't know how Brendan Little did today or anything like that. I mean, it was only a 2-1 ball game, but Nathan, of all people, texted me a statistic of Brendan Little and his ERA being 47.25, and he asked me, I assume it was a serious question. It was a statement. He's like, I didn't know that ERAs could be that high. They can be. They can be. It would be amazing if it's sustained. It would be amazing if it did sustain. Nathan, I do think he was pretty pissed off. Nathan hates Brendan Little. In fact, I think the only chance that we have to make Nathan swear is to have Brendan Little cost us a bunch of games. Nathan has told me he is into the league. He was not expecting to, I don't believe, but he does seem to be a fan of ESPN so far, taking it serious. So it's good. It's good. We've got everyone active so far. I even had Owen message me on Steam, and he asked me for fantasy advice. You know, he sought help, and I provided him a few suggestions. So you'll probably see Owen making a few additions in the near future. That's why, you know, when you're a fantasy god, you don't have to worry about people taking your throne. It's not going to happen. But let's take a look at the Jays game here. See what went wrong. Oh dear God. All right, so we did lose 2-1 to the Colorado Rockies. I see that Brendan Little was charged with the loss. I'm saying this leash needs to get a lot shorter. I'd say another week or two, and he needs to get the fuck out of town. This is just getting every game. We're talking about Brendan Little and how fucking terrible he is. He let an earned. Well, oh wait, never mind. Brendan Little actually had a good game. It's the stupid overtime rule. It's the overtime rule where they put a runner at second base. So even though he let a run, it wasn't an earned run. So his ERA went from 47 to 27. So I can't really get after him about that. He did have a hit and a walk, though. So he probably blows that game regardless, or pretty close to it. So definitely does need to do better. Pitcher looked awesome. I mean, Kevin Gossman, again, double-digit strikeouts, 10 strikeouts and 6 innings pitched. Has a .75 ERA for the season. Tyler Rogers, the guy I would prefer to have closing, picked up his second hold of the season. He's yet to allow an earned run. Thomas Nance got charged with the blown save, 1 run and .1 of an inning. I'm not a huge fan of Thomas Nance, if I'm being honest with you. Mason Fluharty, sharp, 2 strikeouts and 2/3 of an inning. Jeff Hoffman, 3 strikeouts in an inning. So, all in all, I don't really think there's anyone you can fault except maybe Thomas Nance, who let the hit and the 2 walks. That's offloading. I don't trust his stuff. I don't think it's sustainable. I mean, I get you need to have guys up, but there's some guys in the minors that once we get healthy, Thomas Nance will get sent down. He's just a guy that has options. Offensively, I mean, the Jays did scatter 7 hits. The only one with an RBI, though, was Davis Schneider, 1 for 3. Okamoto, stayed pretty hot, pretty consistent, 1 for 4. Alejandro Kirk, 1 for 4. Ernie Clement, 2 for 4. Miles Straw had a good game once he came in, 2 for 2. And that's about it. There wasn't really much else offensively. It happens. We've got the Chicago White Sox next, so definitely want to win that series, win 3 straight. These are shitty teams that we're playing early on. Like, I know Oakland's got good offense, but they're not really much for the pitch, and Colorado and Chicago just don't really have anything at all. So we'll see what happens. I believe tomorrow is an off day, though. And then they'll play Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So we'll check that out. The only news I really saw for NFL is Puka Nacua is going to rehab for some reason. I don't know. Must have some sort of a addiction problem going on. I don't know if he got in trouble with the law recently and he's using that as a scapegoat there. But I really don't care one way or the other. The Tennessee Titans signed Michael Carter, formerly of the Cardinals. I don't know how this guy is still playing. I remember him with the Jets. I don't think he's very good. Just a depth piece. He might not even make the roster, if we're being honest here. Let's go take a look at... Oh, yeah, it looks like he had some... Puka Nacua must have had some sort of legal stuff happening. Looks like he bit a woman on New Year's Eve and made an unprovoked anti-Semitic sentiment. Okay, so looks like Nakua's been getting a little crazy. That just moved him up the draft boards for me. I might be looking to take Puka Nacua, first overall. I mean, he's biting people, man. He's like Nathan in kindergarten. Like, that's fucking awesome. Let's go turn our attention to the Pete Rose Bowl cut. Enough about Puka Nacua biting people. Let's start with the scores. So scores, I'm struggling a little bit for my standards. 8-7-1 against Blunt Force Trauma. Pitch Please tied 7-7 against All Over Your Ace. Tommy Callahan's Auto Parts looking real good, 9-5. The Long Balls and the Nets Awesome Team are tied 8-8. And the Springfield Isotots up 11-5 against the Rally Cats. So a grudge match there. And so far, the MVP, the team that I said would finish somewhere 7, 8, 9, or 10, is potentially looking at being in first place after this week. So we'll see if Nathan can keep things moving. We have a couple moves being made. One by Tommy Callahan's Auto Parts. They didn't like the mechanic work of Brian Bello, so they dropped him for Liam Hicks. Liam Hicks is a catcher that, I'll be honest, I don't know anything about, so I'm going to look him up a little bit. I'm guessing he's pretty young. He's a Canadian. Not overly young, turning 27 soon. He is a rookie, however. Let me take a look here. He can play first base as well. Welcome, Mother. We just went over the scores. Now we're looking at the Canadian Liam Hicks. Seeing if this guy is any good. A 27-year-old rookie, though he's a catcher. So it's a little bit different. $12 RBIs so far this year. 3 home runs. It looks like Roto World really doesn't like this guy, so they think this guy's going to fall off the map sooner rather than later. So, it doesn't hurt. Enjoy him while he's hot, and then when he slows down, just pick up someone else. There's some other good catchers out there. Ah, fuck, I see that Luke Keyshaw home run. Fuck. He's one I was looking to fucking draft this year for second base. Only other pickup, and this is a shocker. Oh, never mind. I thought it was Blunt Force Trauma. The Long Balls did drop Cody Pounce for Michael Soroka. Soroka used to be a really good pitcher. Keywords, used to be. He hasn't been the same since 2020. So I'm going to give this move a D- rating. A D- rating. Don't like it at all. You can't be banking on someone that was good 5 years ago to suddenly become good again. And it is a small sample. COVID year, 3 games played, 5 games played as rookie year 2018, and then 1 full season where he was outstanding 2.68 ERA. Bet you that FIP was a bit different, though. Bit of a differential there. Just take a quick look at the comments, and then I did say this was going to be a short stream, so I probably will be getting out of here. Sage says, poor Owen got led in a bad direction. He absolutely did not. He absolutely did not. Sage is saying that Liam Hicks is a placeholder for now. That's a nice way of saying he's a fucking loser. And then Sage says, I'll get a pitcher soon in place if he stays. In place of an outfielder, do you mean? I'm not really sure what you mean with that sentence. You said of and then if, so I don't know if you mean outfielder or if you just have fucking, like, grammar of a fucking 10-year-old that's suffering from Down syndrome. I don't know what you mean with that sentence, Sage. You're gonna have to expand on it just a little bit, please. In place of a roster player. Sorry. Okay. No, it's okay. It's okay. These damn autocorrects, AI's trying to fucking make us look like fucking behemoths. You know what I mean? It's all good. But yeah, let me just verify if the Blue Jays play tomorrow. I think tomorrow's an off day for pretty much most of the majors. Never mind. Okay, so we got a 3-game set with the White Sox at home. Then we got a 3-game set. I don't know if... No, we're on the road. So we go on the road to the White Sox. Then we're back home against the Dodgers in a rematch. And then a homestand against the Twins. So schedule's definitely going to get a bit tougher. So hopefully the pitching can get a bit healthier. We'll drink sweet champagne when Brendan Little is inevitably designated for assignment, which hopefully is soon. But that's it. There's really not a whole lot to talk about. We do. I get paid today or tomorrow, whenever. So I am going to look into PFF. I do want to get a couple mock drafts in. So we'll try to get a few mock drafts, and we might do something with that. You need a relief pitcher for the Jays or for your fantasy league? Jays relievers have been pretty good. Oh, fantasy's not hard. Just sort it by 2026 projections and then click on holds. And then just take the one that's projected to get the most with the best whip and the best ERA. It's not rocket science. $5 for advice on stream. You know what? I like that. The Jays just need to get rid of Little. There's better guys in the minors than Brendan Little. Adam Macko is an option that comes to mind. I don't know what Ricky Tiedeman's doing. He's a young former top prospect in the majors who I don't know if they want to try at starting pitching or if they're willing to actually move him to a reliever to maybe mitigate the risk of becoming injured. But there is two left-handers that we have down in the minors that would be good options. They both throw hard. I think Adam Macko throws 96 to 98. Tiedemann has a wipeout slider, and he can also throw it up there. I think he can hit close to 99 or something like that. So there's lefties in the minors, and I'm hoping they're up sooner rather than later. And then, if the rotation gets healthy, you put Eric Lauer in the bullpen. That gives you another lefty, although he's not really a lefty specialist, but occasionally you'll use him, But yeah, Brendan Little is the only guy in the rotation that I don't feel great about. I'm not sure what we're going to have from Yimi Garcia this year. He is injured. He's not expected to miss a ton of time, so I don't really know where he stacks up. And we do have a move that trickled in. This was one of the guys that I told Owen to pick up, and he did not listen to me. So Owen has missed out on David Peterson, who is now owned by Annette's awesome team. Peterson has a 4.08 ERA for his career. Pretty good. I mean, he's had a couple years under 4 ERA. 2025 was a 4.22 ERA. So you're getting a pretty solid guy. Doesn't look like he's very injury prone or anything like that. They've got him projected to have a pretty good year this year. I think like a 3.8, 3.78. So he was the pitcher that I liked the most in the minors. There are a couple more in there for starters if you're looking to go fishing for pitching. I'm not going to, until you guys start paying me money, I'm not going to tell you who it is. Yimmy's good, but, it just depends which Yimmy Garcia you're getting. I don't want the Yimmy Garcia we've had, for his career. I want the Yimmy Garcia that we had when he was actually, I would not call him lights out ever, but I don't know. The pitcher we had for a couple years there. I don't want the 2023 version, though, I'll tell you that much, because only had a 4.09 ERA. But yeah, with the Jays, he's been solid. He doesn't strike out a ton, but no, he's pretty good actually. With the Jays, his strikeouts are way better than his career average. 9.8 for his career, but with the Jays, it's like 10.7. Strikeouts per 9, 11.3, 10.8. Pretty good, 95 to 97 with the fastball quite often. I don't know what the splits look like, because sometimes there are guys that have reverse splits. So let me just see if I can get his splits up here. It's kind of being a bit of a bitch. I'll probably have to go to ESPN for this. Yimmy Garcia. Just interested in what he does against left-handers. I can't figure this shit out right now. It's too goddamn late. All right, let's go with let's just kind of see 2024 and see how he did against lefties. Nah, he's definitely way better against righties, so yeah, he's not going to have reverse splits, that's for sure. Yep, Hopper is around. BJ Ryan was phenomenal until he blew his forearm and elbow, and he was never the same after that. BJ Ryan, still at this age, probably could pitch better than Brendan Little, though, for being honest. Had a wipeout slider. I remember he had BJ Ryan, before he came to the Jays, he had like 90-some strikeouts in like 67 innings. Let me just get the exact amount. Oh, he had way more strikeouts than that. Holy fuck. Before BJ Ryan came to Toronto in 2004, so Jesus Christ, 22 years ago, 122 strikeouts in 87 innings. 2005, 100 strikeouts in 70 innings. You're talking elite strikeouts per 9. But, he came to Toronto, had 10.7 per 9, so it went down. He had 86 strikeouts in 72 innings. Then after that, it was just all over, basically. It was never the same. I don't like the idea of spending so much on bullpen arms. Like, we could have just signed maybe Carlos Delgado back or something like that. But they did go in a different direction. But he was very good. But his technique was terrible. Kind of remind me like a different variation of Tim Lincecum, where their mechanics are bad that they're just going to blow their fucking arm. And that's what happened with BJ Ryan. And a lot of people did criticize the signing at the time, saying that they suspected an injury was coming in the near future. Unfortunately, it came to fruition. I think, what did he sign? A 4-year, $47 million deal? It was a lot of money for a reliever back in those days. And then I remember AJ Burnett. Yep, 5-year, $47 million, so about 10 a year. Then I remember AJ Burnett was like 5 years, 55. But AJ Burnett, he was injury prone. But AJ Burnett's signing was not really a bad signing. It was pretty good signing there. But yeah, at the time, the contract made BJ Ryan more highly paid, or almost as highly paid as Mariano Rivera. Mariano Rivera had a 4-year, $40 million contract, which was the richest ever for a reliever, whereas BJ Ryan had 5 years, $47, which in total money was more than Mariano Rivera, but less per season basically. But that's enough going down memory lane with BJ Ryan. We're going to call it there. We'll be back at it tomorrow. Just a reminder that Friday is a stat holiday, so if you need to do your shopping, do it tomorrow or do it Saturday. But that's it for me. Have a good night, guys, and see you tomorrow.